Probably within my first 2 months on the job, there was a particular case. I met with that young woman and her attorney and said, do you want to stay in the child welfare system? Or do you feel like you would do better in the probation system? And I thought I was doing great because I wasn't using, the penal code lingo or the welfare and institutions lingo. And she looked at me and said, I really just wanted to be a princess. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I almost burst into tears. We are messed up. We are messed up. I'm asking this kid, what system do you want to be in? Not, how can we help you get to college? This is like the best I can do. This is like the best I can try to explain what her choices are. And this is a kid who's really smart. That was my turning point. That was when I was like, we've got to do something way different. Not just a little different, way different.
I didn't quite know what to make of her. I didn't know, what she was going to be like. And at the time that she came on, the court and the probation were in a very serious disagreement over an issue. And I think she had been there a few days, and suddenly my phone rang. And she said, Judge, do you mind if I just come down and talk a while? And I knew right then that we had a good thing going.
She has a very specific vision of what our system is supposed to be like. And she is working towards making sure that we are all joining in that vision.
Laura Garnette has demonstrated a deep, never-ending, broad commitment to the families and the kids in our community, and that's what LACY cares about.
It's rare for a public defender's office in general to commend probation, but in this instance, it's necessary.
I think it's so deserved.
She's about the whole picture. She's always, from the time she was like a young PO, she always worked so well with all the other agencies and had so much respect from them, because she listened to their part of the puzzle and spoke with them and wanted their input on the kids.
Laura came to our county and she easily embraced the collaborative process that had already existed here, and actually embracing it made her all that more effective in making sure that that vision she brought with her was carried out.
She's just more about kind of the kids and what do they need, and it's not from like a law enforcement mentality.
A holistic, big picture trailblazer who has really caused a significant culture change in our probation department.
That flower was starting to poke out of the dirt, and I got to be the one that got to help it grow. Everything that Laura's trying to accomplish, I have no doubt in my mind she will accomplish. Absolutely. I knew it way before she did.
I think the biggest change that I've seen is that there is more use of local resources. There's more use of community-based organizations that can offer the necessary counseling to rehabilitate the youth.
She's brought in an assessment tool that is now used at the front end when we bring youth into the system.
She's brought a new focus via the Equity Project to the LGBTQ issues for our youth, which is something that hadn't happened before Laura's arrival. If you rehabilitate a youth or you offer as many services as possible, you reduce the possibility that the youth will come back into the system. She has brought a new focus to dually involved youth, those youth who straddle both the dependency system and the juvenile justice system.
We have had 5 years in which we have been struggling and trying to tear down the silos between the kids in juvenile justice and the kids that are in our dependency court, because they're often crossing from one end to the other. What we know is the outcomes for those kids, the way we're doing business now, is just horrific. I mean, the outcomes for child welfare kids in general is bad. For probation kids in general isn't real great either. And when you bring those two together, the outcomes are horrendous. So being able to really do a system change effort has been hands down the most rewarding thing I've done in my whole career. We just implemented, so we're at the beginning of this exciting endeavor. So we have a co-located unit that has 2 probation officers and 2 social workers. For the most part, ideally, the family doesn't even really know the difference of who's who. At the heart of it all, it's putting the child and family in the center, and then we're
there to serve them.
With all the change that has come forth, with all the innovative vision, the new challenges of vigilance, we have to be vigilant to not go back to where we were before, but actually look forward to improving what we already have. That's the new challenge that Laura has brought.
I was a big supporter of her becoming the new chief of probation because I thought she had the vision to carry the whole department. I'm not going to tout her anymore because I'm very afraid that others will now see her and want to grab her up.
Laura, on behalf of Public Defender Molly O'Neill, myself, and the rest of the Public Defender's Office, we congratulate you on this award.
Congratulations, Laura. We love you very much. We're really proud of you.
You deserve this, and I'm so glad that you're my partner.
Do you have a gun?
I do not have a gun. I could have a gun if I wanted, but I don't have a gun.
Sounds like you landed in the right place.
I did land in the right place.